welcome to A Plus News. We are delighted to have Jack Cresswell from Dubbo in New South Wales with us today. You may know him from the Farms Advice podcast. Jack, we are so happy to see you here today after your very exciting New Year's Eve. Would you like to tell us a little bit about what happened?
Yeah, I've been asked to talk about some better things before, but yeah, New Year's Eve was lining up quite well until trying to head home. I just shifted the Rams coming up, had the job done, just thought I'd get it done quickly and just I did it with my mum actually, she was on horseback, so there was no fast operators out in the paddock, and on the way back I felt something on the leg, sort of played it off. At a gate or two on the way back home, I was like, I better look at my leg. I was in shorts at the time, and I saw the bite, and like just remembering back, it didn't feel like a normal stick. And that paddock, we have digit in it now, so I actually remember picking every stick out of that paddock.
And so you'd been bitten by a snake. So what did you do?
Actually, the first thing was I knew not to panic. There's a bit of panic in the mind to begin with. I was out the back paddock. Things that I learned now is probably to put a wrap in your bike as you go. But it's very uncommon. I don't really know anyone that's been bitten by a snake, especially for myself, knowing so many people on and off farms, coming onto farms. I think it was just one of those freak sort of moments that it all sort of happened. I had my dog on my lap, Milo, so it's probably why I didn't see what was in front of me as well as I probably could have.
Okay. And so it was as you were getting off to do the gate, do you think, or just as you were riding the bike?
No, so I was actually riding. I was hooking in pretty well, and I'd say 30 Ks or something just to get home because it was New Year's Eve. I think it was like just after lunch or something like that, just before lunch. So yeah, not wanting to hang around, and I'd say I ran over him, and his correct flick up angle was straight up, and the first thing was my leg, and not the swing arm of the bike, unfortunately.
Yeah. And so what did you do when you realised this? What was the first thing, apart from like you stayed calm, and then what did you do?
I sprinted home, like on the motorbike, not on my legs. Knew I couldn't sort of walk. Luckily, I knew where Dad was in the shed, and he was close to a car, and we ran into town. And before that, put a tourniquet on. They don't actually tourniquet your legs anymore. They just bulk wrap your legs like a mummy to add the pressure. So I had a tourniquet, lost all the feeling in my leg from the tourniquet, but also from the snake bite is like a throb, but just super painful at the time, doesn't give up. And that's why I didn't think it was a stick because it just, kept going.
Yeah, so
Um,
it felt different.
just kept my leg raised, try not to get some blood flow around.
Did you call emergency services like from the car, or did you just head to town?
We called ahead and got into town. Luckily for us that we are closer to town. Not everyone has that advantage to be able to do that. But yeah, we met an ambulance in town because I knew they'd be able to patch me up a lot quicker prior to getting to the hospital rather than getting triaged at hospital, and I'd actually have to walk to get in there. So it's probably the best thing. I'm glad I did that. Private health insurance is really good as a farmer as well.
Yeah. And the whole time you've been telling me this story, all I'm thinking is your poor mum. She's out there with you on a horse. Does she know what's going on? What's happening with her?
Yeah. So I actually rode past her and said a lot of nice words, followed by bitten by a snake. And I don't think she said she's never ridden so fast on that. So yeah, it was pretty hard at the time. Or like once in the ambo, you're not really sure what's going to happen. There's a few things I probably haven't sorted out yet that needed to be if it went the other way, but it didn't.
Yeah, absolutely. A really scary experience for you and your whole family. And then could you just tell me a little bit about how treatment for a snake bite goes in a regional hospital? How does that work?
They did really well, I suppose, from the patient's perspective. You think, shit, they're not moving very quickly, but the whole process is for you to get your rhythm down, chill out a bit, because I thought I did quite well, and I was still, I don't know, in and half panic, not knowing, I suppose. And I didn't get enough shot in me to get the anti-venom. And the anti-venom, the nurse said that it covers most snakes now, so they don't find out if it's a brown or a black red belly, because what they have is going to cover what your snake is. It was actually a year or two ago, the next paddock over, that my dog got bitten by a snake, and he survived it in the vet. And I was telling Mum as we were mustering the rams out about, that's where Milo got bitten, and it was just pretty ironic. Half an hour, 40 minutes later, I was the next one.
Yeah, and another good outcome, which is the main thing. So
yeah,
absolutely amazing. Okay, well, I suppose that the message in there for farmers is obviously like carrying your bandage, as you said, remaining calm, getting to emergency services. Anything else you'd like them to know?
I probably think because I am part of the family, I do know where everything is. It's ironic I was sitting here, but just to know where that is straight away, so you can do it yourself. If you're in a four-wheeler, a buggy, they all have boxes, nearly two-wheelers as well these days. So if you have a box, just put the minimum thing you need in there is the bandage, just to keep your leg wrapped up, and maybe get some other things sorted out as well. The hospital system's so good now. I don't think they see too many deaths on the back of snake bites. They've had a few in Dubbo Hospital lately. Not sure of all the results, but I was lucky to come out of it.
Yeah. I've been seeing, just sort of anecdotally with some people that I know and other people on just through social media, there's been quite a few bites in the last couple of months. So I don't know what that's about, but just thank you for passing on your story and those key tips. Now, you did also mention you were mustering some rams. So we've got a sale on Auctions Plus for you coming up in February. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that while we've got you?
Yes, the family stud, Analara White Dorpers. We'll have over 100 rams available to our clients, new and existing. I think it's the 23rd or 24th year of sales, which is pretty exciting coming into 2025. Working quite hard on these, and I was actually weighing some lambs that will be next year's 26's sale rams. So it's exciting to see the progression of the mobs, but also progressions of the farms that are buying them, shedding sheep. It's an exciting time to be within them. And the sheep industry, I suppose, like the market-wise, can only really go up or hold at where we are now. So I think we're seeing $8 in the yards, around about that. And if you've got quality sheep, you're going to get a bit more of a premium as well. It's looking pretty handy coming into the season. We've had a cracking season here, but I can't talk for everyone. I just hope that really follows on to us and clients and everyone else listening into Auctions Plus News.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much. Just to finish, one last question. Obviously, a massive shock for New Year's Eve. Have you got anything big coming up this year, or what's your goal or big plans for 2025?
So my partner's actually going to wrap me up in cotton balls because I've got to get ready for my wedding. We're having a wedding in Spain, end of the year. So I think 2 months out, I'm banned from all activities. No riding the motorbike, no mustering. In the sheep industry, you can't have nice hands, so I won't be able to draft the sheep down the race or anything like that because it's a bit rough on the old skin.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Jack. It's been a pleasure having you. Yeah, really enjoyed our chat and wish you and your partner all the best for your wedding this year. Thank you for watching A Plus News, where we connect you with the people and stories shaping Australian agriculture. Follow us via the Auctions Plus social media channels and sign up to receive our weekly email updates for more expert analysis and exclusive interviews. Thank you.